What's going on, guys? My name is Jacob Toller. I'm the owner of Red Branch Construction, and today I want to talk to you guys about the 10 top things to know before you hire your next contractor for your project. We'll start with number 1. Know what you want. As the owner of the property, you drive the process and you make the decisions. This doesn't mean that you have to know everything about your project or the extent of it or what it's going to take to build it. That's not your job. Are you entertaining more people? Are you trying to make it more usable? But you need to know exactly what you want and the outlines of what you want so you can explain that to somebody who's going to take that process and run with it. Number 2, interview several contractors. A good rule of thumb is to get at least 3 prices, 3 opinions on your project. You can shoot for more. It's going to take a lot of your time, but the more the better. As you start to meet with these contractors, you'll get a good idea of the sense and size of your project, from the price, what it's going to take. Number 3, investigate each bid. You need to take these things apart once you get them from all your contractors and understand what's laid out in each one. You're not always comparing apples to apples. A lot of times, some contractors will be the cheapest price, but they forgot a lot of stuff. Or you'll have somebody that's very expensive, but got everything you needed and more. Break them apart and understand what's in each one so you can start to identify the best one for you. Number 4, do your background checks. Has the contractor worked for anybody else? And this is something you can check by talking to other people, your neighbors, people in the grocery store, people at church. See who they used and if they've been very reputable. Another place to check is on Google with Google reviews. It's also very, very important that the contractors that you select are both licensed and insured for the local area. It's important to know that any project that's over $10,000 being done on your house has got to be done by a licensed contractor in the state of Alabama. Consideration number 5. I don't know why I did that. Now you've started to narrow this down. You understand who you like, who you don't like, and you're starting to make a more educated decision on who you want to use. Observe the potential contractor's habits. Do they follow up on your calls? Do they follow up through text? Do they show up to their meetings? These are very easy things to prove. You can pretty much expect that however you're treated during the beginning stages of that process are going to carry throughout your projects. Number 6, set and manage expectations. You're bringing somebody new around your home and your family. You want to make sure that there's not going to be any issues with where they go to the bathroom, if they're using foul language, are they parking in your yard, your driveway, the street. Make these things clear. This is important to get out on the table now so that you don't have to have those difficult conversations later. Number 7, know what you're paying for. I know free estimates sound great. Everybody wants stuff for free, but a lot of times you don't get exactly what you need in these free estimates. Projects over a few $1,000s are going to have these scopes of work written in their contracts. What is in this scope of work is exactly what that contractor is going to provide for you and your family. And talk about things such as the amount of work that's going to be going in place, the specific products that are going to be used, and any inclusions and exclusions that you need to be aware of before you sign the contract. Number 8, know when to pay. This is a very simple question to ask your contractors up front early on, is how do you handle payment through your projects? It is common now to pay a down payment for a project before work starts, especially on larger projects where there's more selections and more design. Pre-construction is something that's typically paid for. To begin the permit process and the scheduling, we require a small down payment. And then throughout construction, we determine the best milestones that make sense for collecting the progress payments. And then finally, once the project is complete, punch list is wrapped up, the final payment's made. Many different procedures can be used. It's a very flexible process, but just make sure your contractor has some sort of procedure in place. Number 9, a contractor without an agreement is a red flag. Contractors need to have some sort of agreement with you. Outline things like your warranty, the schedule, when you're going to start the project, when it should be complete, the responsibilities that the contractor has, and maybe some that the owner must have during the project. Change events or change orders, don't be afraid to ask questions. It's our job to help make the contract and the agreements more clear to the customer, so ask any questions you have and don't sign it until you understand it fully. Number 10, go with your gut. Who do you feel best about? Which one's going to show up on time, answer the phone, come up with creative solutions, they take pride in their work, and they're enjoyable to be around. Going with your gut and trusting your instincts will always give you the best outcome for your next project. So good luck on your next project. If there's anything else we can do to help, please let us know.